Hey guys, it's Mountain Walk, and today I'm gonna be talking about some more pre-modern. Can you believe it? This time, this one is so spicy. This is like ghost pepper. This is ghost pepper shit. I uh, I like ghost peppers. This is like ghost peppers, except it's in cardboard form, and you're not supposed to eat it. But whatever. So yeah, so let's see what we got today. We got Battle of Wits. Yeah, yeah, I got this one. Oh, Battle of Wits. Alright, well. The fuck are we in for today? Well, let's check it out. Yeah, this is, you should not play this deck ever, or basically anywhere. It's true. The end. Get out of here. We're all done. Okay, maybe that's a little dramatic. Man, it's melodramatic. There's a lot of problems with this deck, and the biggest one is that trying to manipulate 240-ish, 250-ish cards is just like, I mean, it's absurd. Like, it's just too hard. I can't even imagine how big this deck would be if you put it, if you double sleeved it. I know I've heard stories of people like putting this thing in top loaders before in the past. Just, this is the ultimate troll deck in a lot of ways, which is probably why I saved this one for last. 'Cause I've done so many different pre-modern decks at this point. I mean, I think there's still a couple I didn't do. Stuff like Blue Green Madness. I actually have a pretty interesting list for that, and some other stuff. But uh, I won't. I won't. I'll do those whenever I feel like them. This is 'cause I've been doing these pretty consistently for a while now. So I was like, well, I gotta have. This isn't the last one I'm gonna do, but it's like I want to go out with a bang. Cause I'm just like, oh boy, like look at these freaking decks with all this freaking sweet stuff. And yeah, I mean, Battle Wits is I don't even know this it's ridiculous. Okay, so if you want to play this deck, you'll probably have to ask the head judge. Typically, they'll be like, yes, like they'll help you shuffle it, or you can ask, your opponent can help you shuffle it too. Typically, most pre-modern tournaments are like, pretty casual. I mean, it's like Row 1 or something, so like, it's not a big deal. Uh, so the best place to do it would probably be online. Online, obviously, you have none of the shuffling wonkiness, and if you're searching for cards, it's a lot easier. So, um, yeah, it's if you are gonna play it in real life, have a plan. Probably don't double sleeve it. I mean, this thing's kind of. I mean, maybe you can probably shortcut it some way. I mean, I don't know. Just ask the judge. This is the best way to do it. But the deck's basically a combo control deck. You just want to stop them from doing anything until you can eventually find your Battle of Wits, and then play it, and then then you win. This is such a stupid deck. I love it. Um, and my strategy was just like I was just like, well, I want to play a bunch of cantrips, anything to help me dig deeper, to find more cards, to find more removal or whatever. And there was um, some other decks that were like that too that I'd seen. Um, and of course, obviously, there's just pretty much all the tutors that I can play. All the tutors. Uh, I mean, obviously, the deck's is about getting Battle Wits in play. The hardest part is just finding the card, because if you're playing like 200 and something cards, like, yeah. I mean, that's why I love this card, because it's so strange and wonky, and it's so powerful, and it makes you like have to like do things in a totally way that's like it's wonky, a totally wonky way. It's totally wonky, and I is wonky, and I love it. So yeah, I ordered some of the cards for it. I already had a lot of them. I don't know if I'll ever actually build this deck, but I mean, this thing's awesome. Okay, so what's this thing even look like? Well, uh, here's some of what it looks like. So, the only creatures I chose were ones that were like I thought would be sufficiently powerful, good at standing on their own. Nice to get familiar because it makes all the blue stuff cheaper. Um, and then Psychotog because it's really good with drawing a bunch of cards and inevitably a bunch of cards go in your graveyard, stuff like that. Shadow Mage Infiltrator. It's just card draw. It's an okay blocker too. Academy Rector, of course, pretty obvious. That finds Battle of Wits and Exalted Angel because it's Exalted and it's Angel, and I love Exalted Angel. And at this point, you guys already know I love Exalted Angel, and we'll just jam it in any fucking deck I can. So it's really sweet here because it gains you life, and it's a really good solid attacker. So it races and deals damage. It's awesome. So yeah, and as for the instance, again, same thing. Lots of cantrips, some tutors, like Tainted Pact, stuff like Cunning Wish, pretty cool. Cunning Wish lets you get tons of different stuff. Um, Exclude, that's another cantrip. Lots of control stuff. Mana Leak, Smother, Disrupt, again, another one of those cantrip spells. Insidious Dreams, it's pretty strong. Gets you all of your Battle Wits. Just keep spamming them every turn. Just Battle Wits turn after turn, right? Then we got Factor Fiction, Dromar's Charm, Undermine, Absorb, Repulse, Intuition, all this good stuff. And sorceries got a lot of the same stuff. Just lots of good sorceries that kill things or dig you for cards, or Duress is obviously a good one. Merchant Scroll, pretty sweet here because obviously you can search for intuition, then intuition for Battle Wits, that kind of thing. Uh, Diabolic Tour Deep. I mean, really most of these cards are pretty obvious. Um, Gerard's worked a little bit tricky to cast. Maybe, I'm not sure, because I've never played this deck before, but so strong that I love it, and I'm going to play it. So there you go. Okay, now we got Chromatic Sphere. Again, more cantripping, mana fixing, pretty important. Divisional Disc, more board wipes. Battle of Wits, because it's Battle of Wits. Hobble, because it's, again, more cantripping removal. This is amazing. Yawgmoth's Agenda and Humility, just one of targets for, for Academy Rector. Say, like, all your Battle of Wits get killed or something wonky like that. Anyways, you can get a Yawgmoth's Agenda to just start, like, I mean, just getting tons and tons of cards every turn, killing all of their stuff every turn, that kind of thing. Pretty sweet. Mana base, playing only the snow covered lands because of Tainted Pact. But yeah, so I don't know how the math on Tainted Pact works, but with all of these 4-ofs, it's probably fine in like this is a 244 card deck, so that's probably okay. Trying to think, yeah, I guess so. But yeah, the mana base is actually pretty good. You got some cycling lands, you got the fetch lands, you got the invasion tap lands, pain lands, city brass and all those guys. Mistress Factory, just because it's a good a good land to play. Guess a decent way to win the game. I guess one of those. It's better, I think, than like playing more basics. And of course, all the basics, snow covered or regular. Then the Odyssey filter lands, all that good stuff. Sideboard, we got stuff against combo decks, Melee Mage and Tormod's Crypt, and then the rest are just cards to Cunning Wish for. Argivian Fine, Diabolic Edict, Recoil, Coffin Purge, Disenchant, Forbid, Stroke of Genius. So yeah, that's all the cards. There's 244 cards. That's a lot. Yeah, I don't know if this deck is good or not. Now I know people have played it before. I think what was it? I think Huey Jensen said he like was this was one of his favorite decks he's ever played, or one of the strongest decks he's ever played, or whatever. And I think this was during, was it? I can't remember if it was it Odyssey Block? No, it wasn't Odyssey Block Constructed. I think it was just like an actual standard tournament, like Invasion Odyssey. I think that's kind of interesting. But anyways, some people played it and liked it. I saw some old extended lists. Um, but yeah, most people I remember, yeah, played about 90-ish or so lands and about 240 to 244 cards. I guess that's just how many people played. Like I said, I don't know the math on it, but seems sweet. And yeah, I saw a couple different versions of the deck, and then some of the stuff I remembered from seeing it being played like a good trillion years ago. I mean, literally a good trillion years ago. But yeah, basically the main plan is just to get a Battle of Wits into play, and that's why you go with like basically a control shell, just so you can counter or kill everything, slow the game down. I mean, you're kind of playing in a totally different way because you can literally just kill every single card or counter every single card that your opponents play, and then like kill them with whatever. Obviously that kind of thing would take a long time, but like as like say like a pure control strategy, it's pretty impressive if you think about it. Like this might be like kind of the most purest expression of a control deck. I was even thinking of playing something like a Felden's Cane. Like the game goes on too long, and you draw your Battle of Wits, and you don't have 200 cards. You can Felden's Cane it all back, that kind of thing. I thought that might be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's just tons of different options. Uh, that's why this deck is so sweet. Like you can, I mean, I don't know if white blue black is the best. There's other things, for example, like Gamble, Wild Research. Um, let's see what green gives you, like regrowth effects like Nostalgic Dreams or Restock or something like that. That can be pretty powerful too. Uh, Obviously those cards, green gives you gold cards, Pernicious Deed, Spiritmonger, things like that. Red gives you stuff like Fire Ice, which is pretty sweet. So it's hard to say like what's the best, but I think white, blue, black is the best because they're typically the best control colors, and you have the best removal and counter magic and all that kind of stuff. And so I think that's what I want to go with. But red obviously gives you FTK2. Man, everyone, I love FTK. Who doesn't love FTK? Lightning Bolt, of course. So there's a lot of different things, but yeah, typically just want the most tutors. I wonder maybe if you could play like a 5 color version, but I don't know if you could. You'd have to play. There's there's like a chromatic sphere, but it's from I think it's like Ice Age. Is it Barbed Sextant or it's something like that? It's from Ice Age, and it's basically chromatic sphere, but you draw during their upkeep or whatever. So it's another color fixed cantrip. I mean, shoot, I don't know, maybe you might be able to. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, I'd have to see the math first, because I don't know. I can't even imagine trying to like randomize a 244 card deck and try to goldfish it to see. Oh, that sounds horrible. Thank God for MTGO, right? Yeah, but this deck is really cool. I guess I mean I'm one of those guys that just like I like the sort of winning as an afterthought. Like the process of winning is more fun. The process of just like, oh, okay, I cast my 12th counter spell this game to counter your thing, and oh, I'll just cast my Yawgmoth's Agenda and just kill all your stuff, and then oh, end of your turn, I'll Enlighten Tutor, and then I'll get my Battle of Wits on like turn 20 or whatever. I mean, obviously that's a little slow, but it's we can just sort of guarantee to like kill them. Like that's pretty sweet. That always brings a smile to my face. I'm smiling right now just thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, Battle of Wits, and then like casting all those card drawing spells, and then repulsing and excluding stuff. Oh man, that's awesome. That is awesome. I'm a big fan. Big fan. So yeah. Yeah, this is definitely something I play on MTGO first. Uh, I like the deck. It's had some sort of pedigree of success, but I would definitely want to play it in uh, online before I even tried to play it in real life. 'Cause that's just, whew. Well, you'd have to like you figure out some sort of shortcut. I don't know. That's too spooky. But anyways, guys, this deck is sweet. I hope you really like it. I hope it gives you some ideas. That's what all these are for, just to give you ideas. Well, and some of them are like more finished. Some of the deck lists are more finished than others, of course. But this is super fun. I like this. I like this definitely. This kind of deck. And I'd like to maybe at some point try and play it. But oh wow, I feel like I'd be trolling myself much as I was be trolling my opponents. But maybe that's the best troll of all. Anyways, guys, that's it. That's it for today. So thanks for stopping by and have a great day.